Good morning, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to my channel. I thought, the last video, it wasn't very well shot because I tried to do it in the car from an awkward angle, and you guys didn't really get to see the cards that I got. So I thought, what the hell? Today, just for the shits and giggles of it, I'm going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to give you an update on the tournament so far. Bam! We've done 3 matches for Giza and Giralf, 2 for the rest. Currently, Giza is out ahead with 2 seconds in their division for the 3rd place matchup. And Jensen has got the only first so far out of the finals. So Tovalar needs to pick up his pace in the last 3 matches, or Tovalar is going to get swept, it looks like. And so, I have my 20 Plane Chase cards here, and I just wanted to show them off because I really like Plane Chase, and I'm not going to be able to use these in person for a while, so why not show them off to you guys and you can see my little collection. So I've got a Glimmer Void Basin. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell with a single target, that player copies the spell for each other spell, permanent card not on the battlefield, and or player the spell could target. And each copy targets a different one of them. Craziness. The Wilds. When you planeswalk to the Wilds, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create a food token. Hungry Times. Whenever chaos ensues, target player sacrifices a creature. If they do, you create a food token. You create 2 food tokens instead if the sacrificed creature's toughness was 4 or greater. The Isle of Vesuva. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, its controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. What? Selesnya Loft Gardens. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens, it creates twice that many tokens instead. Woo! And you get double the counters too here. Craziness. The chaos effect is pretty cool too about the lands. The Western Cloud. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures and planeswalkers you control. Bury your spell. And you get treasure tokens. Pretty sick. 10 Wizard's Mountain. Whenever you roll a planar die, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. And creatures get flying whenever chaos ensues. The new Archive. Whenever a historic creature you control attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. Although I'm not sure you can attack with a saga. Panopticon. When you planeswalk to Panopticon, draw a card. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. And when chaos ensues, draw a card. The Great Forest. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. And chaos gives creatures you control +0/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. Ketria! When you planeswalk to Ketria and at the beginning of your upkeep, put your choice of a Vigilance, Menace, or Trample counter on target creature you control. Chaos ensues, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that onto the battlefield or into your hand. Nice. Esper! Artifacts cost 1 less to cast. Kaiba wants to play with his chicken man. You can get him. Can you get him? Sorry, guys. The dog's this toy got stuck in my lunch bag. Whenever chaos ensues, creatures you control that are white, blue, and or black become artifacts. Nice. And each creature you control that's an artifact gains vigilance, menace, and lifelink until end of turn. Son of a gun, that's good. The Pit. Whenever you planeswalk to the Pit, each player creates their choice of a 3/3 white angel token or a 6/6 black demon token. Angels have flying, demons have trample and flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice another creature or it deals 6 damage to you. Shite. Demons are dangerous. The Aether Flues. Come here, Kaiba. Whenever you planeswalk to the Aether Flues, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Nice. Put it onto the battlefield. Shuffle all the other cards into your library. Chaos gets you a creature from your hand onto the battlefield. Nyx. Non-token creatures are enchantments in addition to their other types. Ooh. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Chaos ensues. Choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to your devotion to that color. Damn. Undercity Reaches. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may draw a card. Chaos ensues. You have no max hand size for the rest of the game. Nice little Reliquary Tower. It's like a Reliquary Tower counter you get to have. Whenever you encounter Spatial Merging, reveal cards from the top. Ooh, it's a phenomenon. But you're playing your deck until you reveal 2 playing cards. Simultaneously planeswalk to both of them, put all other cards revealed this way onto the bottom of your planar deck. Noctamon. Each creature in your graveyard has an Embalm. Ooh, and its Embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. Nice. Jirapur. At the beginning of your combat turn, until the end of turn, each non-creature, non-vehicle creature artifact you control becomes a 5/3 vehicle in addition to its other types, and gains trample, haste, and crew 2. Cool. Whenever chaos ensues, return target non-creature artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Plane-wide Disaster phenomenon. When you encounter plane-wide disaster, destroy all creatures. And finally, Stronghold Furnace. If a source would deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals double that damage. So those are my planar cards. Very proud of those. Very excited to use those when I move to a new place and hopefully find another TCG. Or LCG, sorry. A new LCG. Local Games Store. LGS. Local Game Store. My god. I am definitely having a rough time this morning. Can you tell that I drove like 8 hours yesterday? Not quite 8. It was more like 7.5. But... And then I just wanted to show off the new deck too. It came with some cool tokens. Some artifact creatures. Demons. Phyrexian germs. Mirrors. Some incubators. I wish it came with more incubators personally. A couple Phyrexian golems, a construct, and a Phyrexian horror. I'm just going to go off the top in order. We got Darksteel Splicer, great card. Noxious Gearhulk, also good. Master Splicer. Utter End. Hedron Archive. Karn is one of the ones I added to the deck. I'm pretty proud of this one. I got it from the Jumpstart pack that you've seen a couple weeks ago. So it's finally found its home. Orzhov Signet, Duplicant, Mortify, Swords to Plowshare, Kissikit, the Flesh Sculptor, Ambition's Cost. I will say that I bought for the first time non-matte sleeves, and I am not a fan of non-matte sleeves. I don't like the way they mark up so easily, and fingerprints get on them and stuff. Very slippery. Not my favorite. I'm not gonna buy those again. Urza's Mine, Path of Ancestry, Silverquill Campus, Phyrexian Delver, Phyrexian Rebirth, Bloodline Pretender, Command Tower, Completed Huntmaster. Cataclysmic Gearhulk, Bone Shredder, Go for the Throat, Shattered Angel, Urza's Tower, Golem's Heart. Golem's Heart, I'm excited to see how that works in this deck. Bitterthorn, Nettlecyst, Despark, Warrior and Teshar, Swamp, Phyrexian Rager, Sculpting Steel, Karn's Bastion, Evolving Wilds. I kept a lot of the land the way it was. I only changed 3 lands. Took out Exotic Orchard and a couple of tap lands. And put in Urza's Powerhouse, or Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, and Urza's Powerhouse, yeah. Phyrexian Gargantua, Mirror Battlesphere, Low Shield, the Clockwork Scholar is another one I added into this. I think it's a great card for this deck. I kept the Mind Stone in there. Orzhov's Locket, Soul Ring. Bajuka Bog is the first one I've ever gotten. I am sorely tempted to move it over to my zombie deck, but I really just think it's better to leave it for now where it is. Golem's Artisan, Slice from the Shadows, Fractured Power Stone, some more lands, Burnished Heart, more lands, Psychosis Crawler, land. This deck has a lot of land, which is actually ideal because it needs it. Victimize, some land. There's the power plant, not powerhouse. Night's Whisper, Spire of Industry is one that I'm actually tempted to take out of this deck. I just don't see the point of it when there's only, like, I do have a lot of artifacts in this deck, but I think it would be better in my other deck, personally. In fact, at the end of this video, I think I'm going to switch it into my other artifact deck, and I'll find something to put in this deck instead. Massacre Worm, Grave Shifter, Swamp, Ecor Elixir, Ancient Stone Idol, Feelger Vector, Vulpine Harvester, Scytheclaw, Phyrexian Scriptures. That's a really good one, actually. Path of the Schemer, Revival and Revenge is one I put in. I actually got to play it for the first time the other day. I've only played this deck once. I got second place with it, so it wasn't shabby, but I definitely messed with one guy pretty bad, and he was pretty sore about it by the end of the game. Meteor Golem, Blade Splicer, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. I'm excited to play that one. Aaron Belane's Rune, Arcane Signet. There's crap in my Arcane Signet. Phyrexian Triform. Vault of the Archangel. That one's actually a really good one. Probably one of my favorite lands. Blight Titan, and Skimmermere. So all in all, a pretty good deck, I think. Like I say, I'm going to probably pull that one land and put it into my other deck that has 3 colors just because it makes more sense. And it also has a shit ton of artifacts, so it'll work out ideally. Anyways, I'm going to try and get some recordings in soon from games online for you guys. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and much love to you all. From me to you, take care, and snoring pug. Bye, guys.